Hello, I'm Brian Bigelow, the author of Riptide, and I'm going to read you a little section. Turning the corner quickly, he ran into a bobby, just about knocking him over. The officer studied him carefully with narrowed eyes. "You're really in a hurry this morning, aren't you?" "Ah, yes, I am." "Are you in a hurry to get home to the better half, maybe?" "I just might be at that." "Well, you don't look like you've had too much to drink, or I'd have to take you in just maybe." "No need for that, officer. I'm quite sober." He involuntarily looked down at his front as he hoped there wasn't any blood splatter showing on his coat. While he had been careful to start on the opposite side of her neck to bleed her out, some could have gotten on his clothes. "Can't be too careful in this neighborhood, and you need to slow down a little." His attention wavered a moment as he observed a woman who was lying on the sidewalk, appearing to be asleep. Next to her, a child had their head nestled on the woman's forearm. Both were wearing ragged clothes that had seen better days. Obviously, they hadn't been able to come up with the 4 pence for a room for the night that was common in the area's doss houses. He tapped the woman's foot with his billy club. "Hey, love, are you okay there?" "Yes, I'll slow it down from now on. I like to take walks early in the morning when the streets are almost empty, as it helps me think." The bobby only nodded as an unintelligible grunt escaped from the woman as she turned in her sleep and opened her eyes. The child nestled on her arm moaned softly. Sighing, the bobby looked at Jeremy. "Well, be off with you now, and watch where you're going." Realizing he just got lucky, he continued on his way down the street. "Good day to you, man." He resisted the urge of stopping at the next doorway and watching the bobby as he made his rounds. Then he heard indistinct shouts from the street he had just walked down. Checking over his shoulder surreptitiously, he picked up the pace now that he seemed to be out of sight. There was no telling when that cop would put two to two together and figure out where he had been.